So we are seeing billionaires being able to write $10 million checks, which for them is like us writing a $300 check. Being able to write those checks that can make or break, particularly not just at the presidential level, but down ballot races, can make or break the decision of who gets elected. And then, of course, the piper comes to collect afterwards. We also see that that vast inequality is also apparent as well in who votes. The incredible just blitzkrieg of laws that have been passed and are threatening to pass in states across the country whose aim is to narrow the franchise, whose aim is to make it harder, particularly for people with fewer means, to have the freedom to vote, is only exacerbating the fundamental inequality that we've always had in this country, where it is easier and more likely for people to vote as they go up the income and wealth ladder. So if you take those two sides together, what you see is that how much responsiveness you will get from your elected official, particularly at the federal level, really depends on how much money you have in your pocket. Political scientist Larry Bartels of Princeton University did a study and found that yes, the policy preferences of millionaires and billionaires mattered the most. But as he went down the economic ladder, he found that the policy preferences of the bottom 30% of Americans on the income ladder had exactly zero effect on the voting of their federal representatives. Zero effect. So, why does that matter? Obviously, it matters when there are stark economic choices like tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires on the one hand, and food stamps that are going to put food in the mouths of people and children who would not have it except for that. It matters as well, though, because we are living in a time when actually the kind of policies that we are going to be up here advocating for, that all of you think are essential to making sure that we have a just country, are extremely popular, not just among people who are directly affected by them, but people who just believe it's the right thing to do. 2/3 of Americans don't want anti-poverty programs cut in the budget. 3/4 of Americans want tax cuts, want the tax cuts ended on millionaires and billionaires. Same numbers for education spending. The values of the American people are there. And yet where you start to see those policy preferences shift, particularly on the question of investments versus cuts, is at the very, very highest levels of our income ladders and our wealth ladders.